now we're live doing our 90s Coronation Street official magazine run through. We have divided all of the magazines up into years. So that's 94 and that's 95. And then you've got 96. This is 97 here, this line here. And you got 98. That's the next number. And then these lot are. This is the final one, isn't it? This is the last ever.
This is the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly,
So
after 62 episodes, issues.
Right.
Right. Do you want to say? We're here on Instagram this afternoon to share our Coronation Street magazines collection. We're going to spend an hour or so flicking through. We've had a brief look through ourselves so far, but we're going to delve into it a bit more with you this afternoon. Gemma, do you want to say a little bit about where these came from? Because if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't be able to do this afternoon.
Okay, well, there was a lovely person on Reddit called Jen who had a collection of Coronation Street magazines from her nan, and she did not know what to do with them. So she went onto Reddit and said, does anyone want these? And I said, yes, I do, please, thank you very much. Oh, there's a bit of a cropping mistake there. They probably would have got some money back of the printers for that. That's what you do, you get money back if they crop it wrong, unless they did it wrong. Anyway, so she said, yeah, I'll send them to you. So we got them.
Yeah. So this was a magazine that ran from 1994 to 1999, which was about the time that I started watching Coronation Street. I don't know exactly when it was I started watching, but I know this was around at the time. And even though I was a bit of a Corrie nerd, it took me a while to get into it, and I wasn't quite nerdy enough to get the magazines at the time, although I did get one issue, and I think I might know which one it is, but we might come across to that later.
Let's just get into it. So we've got loads of people who've joined us, and Andrew has actually joined Instagram just for this.
I hope this lives up to your expectations, Andrew.
So shall I put this up here?
Yeah.
Are you going to go over there?
I'm gonna kind of move them around a bit and open them up. And if anyone's got anything that you want us to look for in particular, then let us know with a message. We might not be able to look straight away because we're kind of crawling around on the floor as well. But yeah, I thought we'd start off having a look at issue 1. So I'm just going to sweep these all up here and grab issue 1.
Issue 1, there you go. So this is, hang on a minute. So this is the first one, and this is the last one. So as you can see, this is what I was saying on the podcast. They realised about, 17 issues in that they could do a much better logo than just
they started off a bit plain. Look, they've got a special Christmas logo for issue, lovely, what's this, issue 4 or 5 or something. So that's
11.
quite nice. And then they went through a little stage of word art. I don't know whether they got, when was this? 1995,
maybe. Just the next one.
Yeah, Word 95 maybe, to get some lovely gradients. But eventually they went in. I don't know why with the red logo particularly, but
because red is bold and inviting and energetic. So this was the first one.
We've got reg on the front. I do love a bit of reg.
Yeah.
It's £1.75 these cost when they first came out, so that's a bit of a bargain. So each of the issues has kind of got, a variety of interviews and what's coming up and what's been happening and looks back to the past and everything like this.
We've already got our first question, which is, do they accept work from freelance writers? I don't think they particularly did. There were, actually, it's quite interesting. If you go through the editorial team, you'll find some interesting names. At the very beginning, obviously, they didn't have as much budget, but this one, they've got some free feature consultants. And you might recognise these names here, Darren Little and Alison Sinclair. Darren Little's obviously...
And Janice Troop, she's still working there as well.
And
look,
Glenda Young.
Glenda from the Corrie blog.
So she must have been a freelancer, I suppose. So she's the only one listed there. And Brian Clark was the editor. But anyway, I was saying Darren Little was the archivist at Corrie and done loads of stuff, written loads of books, contributed to stuff.
Yeah, he's
and Alison Sinclair is the PR manager for Corrie. I think she used to work at Granada, but now she works in Corrie, and she's kind of got this office full of people that...
Of ladies who do her bidding.
Yeah, she seems to know everybody all the time, but she's been working on Corrie, as you can tell, for a very long time.
Yeah, we when we went to the studio, when was it? Was it last year or the year before? I'm losing track of time now. We met Alison for the first time, didn't we?
Yeah, she's formidable. I think that's fair to say. Oh, that's a good thing. She's got to be bloody bolshy.
Formidable to be
She
a
does
PR manager.
to deal with all the horrible press.
Lovely stuff. Right, so I don't know whenabouts in 1994 this first issue came in, but I might be able to work it out as we go through. So look at these 90s colours. Like what as a somebody in the magazine biz.
Will you stop asking me about my opinion? I'll give it.
Right. Look, so here we go. Starting off with a nice cast picture back from 1994, and
go down a bit because it's.
I can't see. I'm just trying to get this all there.
Yeah,
there we go. So who can we see in there? We got our Tracy Love, got Emily, Betty, Vera. So many people that are no longer with us as well.
You got
a bit of Raquel.
Go down a bit. Raquel and Curly.
Yeah,
I'm helping you.
You're
sitting there on the side. You said you sit the other side. You're sitting
I'm going over here, aren't I? That's right. Going over this side. Is that all in shot now? We need to have
Goodnight Teddy Bear is jealous of our magazines.
Oh, so you should be.
That's
awesome.
Be, yeah.
Can we do this?
You need to put it right in.
There you go. That's facing the camera now. We haven't done one of these before. So, I'm not particularly interested in hearing what they've got to say about Des Barnes, but there's quite a lot of content in these, isn't there? You get
They're not credited about who wrote what, though. Look at this. I love the adverts. Oh, do you remember Amstrad?
Alan Sugar would hope so. Yeah, so this is at the time when Steve McDonald was being a bit of a love rat, and
that's really funny though. I just want to say, Granada was the TV station, but they obviously also sold equipment as well. Talk about a racket.
This is just sticking to that. I'm gonna have to hold.
Come down here. Look, all right. Michael, literally, here is where it begins, and then you're up here.
Okay. Right, so what have we got here?
I think you're going into a bit too much detail. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, do ask us if there's any. I'm just going to have it on the
Does anybody want this? Because you missed your chance.
Nice decorative plate. I hear that Gina Seddon is into those. It doesn't have any dogs on.
No, there's no dogs. There might be a dog inside. Yeah, so look, okay, let's just look at what we got on the contents. You got a pull out and keep wedding section. You got the corner shop stuff. That's quite interesting. Interview there. They seem to have a mixture of interviews with the actors, but also content about the fictional characters. So you've got Des there. It's quite long. And then you've got Steve McDonald feature. Terry, people that we hate. Now, everybody could probably write quite a long feature about people they hate in Coronation Street, couldn't they? This is quite fun. There's a bit as well in later issues where they talk about things that never happened on Coronation Street, and this looks like another one of those.
Alternate universe kind of thing. You don't want to have a look through those, and I'll carry on through it. So we got now they got pin-ups in a lot of these magazines, haven't they? Look at Moody Steve. I bet there's a few of you out there that would have this on your bedroom wall. There's ones for the women and the men as well. In fact, one of them later on has got an advert for an actual Nick Tilsley sexy calendar.
Yeah,
isn't it? It's not even an Adam Rickett calendar. It is a Nick Tilsley character with his top off.
Look. Oh, there's Darren Little.
Oh yeah, 90s hair. Love it. Yeah, look. For everybody. Look at Nick. Yeah.
Where do you think the camera is?
I don't know. I'm sitting behind the camera. I've got no idea where the camera is.
You were sitting next to the camera a minute ago. Look, here's that thing I was telling you about. Coronation Street fantasy story cards. These are great. What if Elsie Tanner had married Len Fairclough, and then on the other side it's like, well, probably wouldn't have been great. Probably would have been a mistake. I don't know.
Did you know how Jack Duckworth broke his glasses? Because Darren Little's telling us here. Jack started to wear glasses in 1989. Shortly afterwards, the actor, William Tarmy, trod on his spectacles by mistake. He was needed to record the scene and had no time to find a replacement pair. After some quick thinking, he grabbed the roll of sticky tape from the props. During the scene, he used the tape to repair his glasses whilst delivering his lines to Liz Dawn. Since then, Mr. Tarmy has used the prop to great effect. Well, that's quite interesting. So it was a off the cuff, improv bit of DIY that stuck for many years.
I just want to point something else out as well. It says here, did Joanna Lumley ever appear in Coronation Street? Yes, she did. She was in 9 episodes, Ken Barlow's girlfriend in 1973, which we've missed because it's not on the DVD. But just to point this out, okay, so this was 1994. This was the first issue, and then the last one, I've lost it now. That was in 1999, and in the final one, in the final one,
I
they
don't
talk
know,
about
somewhere.
how they're hoping that you might like to enjoy the Coronation Street official website. Coincidence that perhaps the advent of the internet killed off Coronation Street magazine, because you could just look up whether Joanna Lumley was in Coronation Street.
You could find that out pretty easily on Corrie.
Now you can.
Days. Yeah, one of the issues, and hopefully we'll find it later, has got some screenshots from an old Coronation Street official website as well, and it's quite a sight to behold. Although it does go quite a bit into their history as well, which whereas the current website is a lot more focused on what's going on now. Subscribe to the magazine. Maud, lovely. Like a bit of Maud. So some of you will have been watching this on ITV3 recently as well and seen things like Reg and Maureen's wedding. So it's quite cool that they got a photo shoot and a collection of bits from there. So they have not neglected the old stuff as well.
Yeah, there was always a mix.
History,
it seems like there was a mix of coverage of old Corrie, like vintage Corrie stuff, and then newer. Oh, look.
Who are we looking at? Oh, is it Dennis?
Dennis
and Martha. Look at Deirdre with her glasses there.
Yeah.
Love her. And Reenie, we still haven't seen any Reenie on our
No.
Corrie DVDs.
But look.
I don't know anything about her really. Get to her. What?
Absolutely love Irma. She's one of my favourites. Look at that sassy face. She knew what life was about, didn't she?
Even in black and white. Who else we got? This is definitely a Reg Holdsworth special.
I love the way they were like, we need a star to launch the magazine.
I know.
We need someone that people are going to buy magazines for. Who can you think of?
Well, most of the rest of them, if you have a look at all the covers, most of them are filled up with like the sexy young ones, aren't they? I mean, Adam Rickett appears on quite a few of the covers here, and you got Jane Dancer on some of them as well.
Like this.
Yes.
Look at the handsome couple there.
I know.
We got a
Dreams
question.
relationship.
Are there any recipes? Yes, we came across one yesterday, and it was for Betty's Hotpot, and they said, we printed this already once, but everyone keeps asking, so here it is again. Interestingly, I've heard people tell me that in canon, in the show, the secret ingredient, and I think I remember this as well, is supposed to be a bottle of stout or beer or something. Like I've never ever seen a recipe for hot pot with beer in it. I really can't see how it would improve the flavour at all. And I also think you'd be able to tell, because the whole point of hot pot is that it's quite subtle and
we had
like
hot
it relies.
pot for tea last night.
Yeah, we did. I love hot pot at the moment.
Yeah, and at the end of every issue of this, they kind of did a little synopsis of what happened in the previous 2, 3, 4 weeks, I don't know, worth of Corrie. So if you have missed any and you didn't set your VCR back in the day, you can find out.
There's what happened in that episode, and it goes through. It's kind of like what you get on Corripedia. Yeah. So Good Night Teddy Bear says that they need Betty's hot pot recipe. There are
many.
There is no agreed upon
Anyone
official
want one of these? I think you might be a bit too late.
recipe for Betty's Hot Pot. There are about 3 different official, in inverted commas, versions that I know of. There's one in the official Coronation Street cookbook. There's one in that magazine. There's also one in the Coronation Street Treasures book, which is like a handwritten version of the book.
Right, skipping ahead here. This is issue. I just picked one at random. Number 44. And we have a visitor come to help us. You're not allowed. You can sit quietly and do it.
Yes, hot pot is completely different. Hot pot is obviously means different things in different cultures and stuff. So Chinese hot pot and Japanese hot pot, so is just like dipping stuff in broth, isn't it? But Lancaster hot pot is sliced onions, lamb and potatoes basically with stock, and that's all you really need.
Yeah. So this is from 1997, 1998. Go away.
No, I encouraged her. Oh yeah, there's a hot pot recipe.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it. I picked it at random, and maybe they just put it in every issue.
I think they put it in quite often. So you just need to slice up the lamb and stuff. And this one's got Worcester sauce and a bay leaf in it, which the official magazine doesn't have. And it also has flour. So those 3 ingredients are not in the cookbook recipe, but the rest of these are. And you can dripping or butter.
That. You can make us and show us your picture.
I'm just going to leave it up there for a little bit longer. You can put it in a big old pot, or you can stick it in individual ones. I put it in a little shallow baking dish, so you don't need a big deep pot to put it in. You can just put tinfoil on the top.
Right, let's have a look, see what was going on.
Oh, look who that is. This is Joanna
98.
Froggatt, look.
Oh yeah, look, Joe Froggatt.
She's famous.
She's famous now. Abby, stop it.
No, she should let her be.
She can be, but she just can't be here because
Hello.
I'm trying to a magazine. Right, so this is
Pat wants to know how we have a cat hair free carpet. We don't.
We don't. I did do a bit of hoovering before
we have to.
Before we started our Instagram this afternoon there. So got a bit of an interview with Joe. And
what issue is this?
Here? 44 or something.
This is them in there as the actors going off, and
yeah,
Natalie Horrocks doing good deeds like.
Yes,
It looks like she's
Natalie and Sally getting on with something like that in the show.
Looks like she's digging a tiny grave there. I suppose she might have killed a baby or something. I don't know.
Who we got? Who's this? Natalie Horrocks' house. No, I don't know. What
the heck is this?
So this looks like this was when they went to
film
in Natalie Horrocks' house, and
how interesting.
They had to go to other people's houses. And,
so this is location shooting and how they prepare the set.
That's quite cool.
Very cool.
They don't do a whole lot of that these days, do they? There's usually sets for everything. Well, we had things like I'm sure one of Vicky's houses last year. They used a house for a bit until they changed it for that pink and black set. Ultimate Coronation Street competition here. Every issue of this seems to have a competition in, doesn't it? Usually to win a meal with a star or a date with a star or something. And here we're collecting tokens. So Jane Danson
was number 1.
Endorses this magazine.
Yeah.
Look at that hair. Amazing.
Look at my glass. Look at my glass. Last time people said they liked my glass, so I got a new glass because I think that could be my thing. I'm drinking wine. I'm drinking a nice Sancerre, if anyone's interested.
See, I don't remember who this is. The latest lady in Steve McDonald's life. What's her name? Rachel.
Yeah, I love Rachel. Do you remember Rachel? Look.
I've got no memories.
She had lovely hair.
Of who that is. I thought it was like Margie Clark at one point.
Look at this lovely 90s brown lipstick. I remember 90s brown lipstick.
I can't. Steve was so funny about that, wasn't he? He's young. Look, and down here as well. We told him to turn a bit gormless like he is now. What have we got here? Stop it, you're just making her come onto the magazine.
Don't push her away.
She can eat there if she wants to.
Yeah, she can.
Right.
You don't listen to him, precious baby.
So, tickets to the Blackpool Coronation Street thing.
How could you stand in front of that picture of yourself and look happy? I'd be furious.
Am I all in shot here still?
Yeah.
Ah, look who it is, John Lindsay. Now that was the airport tie salesman that fooled Georgie into thinking that he was a pilot.
I didn't do any of it. I didn't do anything.
That's what That is the classic.
I'm a script writer. Okay. Thank you, Nancy. She likes the wine. Yeah, I do as well. Why are you letting her eat it on the magazine?
Well, just drag
no,
it
look how sad
anyway.
she is. Look how morose she is, eating her sad little stick.
Right, what we got?
Oh, look,
Survey.
Look. Oh, what do you like to do? Right, okay, everybody answer these questions. I want to know.
This issue of the magazine.
I would like to know.
Have any comments?
What's your favourite thing you like to do, everybody? Out gardening, horoscopes, recipes, fashion, beauty, crosswords, agony aunt, and health and fitness. Anybody got any feedback there?
They want to know back in 1998.
That's all I want to know. I want to know about you guys. No, nobody cares about that. And this is the kind of features that they have. This is what pin-ups. More pin-ups, that's what we want, isn't it? I like the fact that they've got an entire feature section for whose baby.
So a lot of the issues had these as well, didn't they? The scripts for...
Navdeep doesn't like any of those things.
Watching Coronation Street isn't
on there, no.
So they got the scripts for famous Coronation Street scene. So we watched this one just a few months ago, didn't we? When Emily was going to get married to Leonard Swindley, and then she bottled it at the end. Do you want to do a bit of a live script read,
Not
Gemma?
really, no.
Not really. Oh, maybe another time we have to do that one.
Nancy likes agony aunts.
The Battersby
Yeah,
girls.
look at that.
Look how moody Toya is.
Battersby babes. Yeah, go on. Look,
Yeah,
she's
look,
like, oh,
good,
my
look at
friend. Yeah.
Right,
That's
okay,
right.
Wait, let me turn the page. We've got Leanne with her tummy out there.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Well, they both got their tummies out.
Yeah,
That was the fashion.
That was the style back then. There she is again with her magazine. Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
So this is the survey about Coronation Street. Who's your favourite current Corrie character?
Yeah, who is it?
What's been your favourite storyline in the past year?
Don't
And
stop
so
pushing
on.
her. Think of a caption.
Competitions,
Okay.
classic. Anyone got any good captions for this scene of Maud and Vera? Let us know. We'll just pop it in our time machine. Send it back to 98. This is like hours and hours and hours worth of stuff that we can get here. Samantha Failsworth. Anyone remember her? I remember her, and I know that she had a motorbike, and she went off with Des maybe for a bit, but I don't know anything about her apart from that. I don't think I particularly enjoyed watching her interviews.
Oh, ask Anne Kirkbride. This is quite fun, isn't it?
Are you good friends with Bill Roach in real life? Yes, I am. We like working together and we have a mutual understanding, which helps. It makes a difference when you're comfortable and relaxed with someone, and he's great to get on with.
Yeah, what's the next? So this is where's 45? We're being told to leave the cat alone, you know.
Oh, she leave us alone, then we leave her alone. Crossword. I mean...
Never a crossword in this house,
I
Michael.
wish that this had come in at the beginning of lockdown, because I've got to go back to school on Monday, and to be honest, if I don't turn up, then I think they'll know where I am.
So this is the next issue, so I'm just going to see if I can...
Bit about Val Barlow before her death by hairdryer. Look at her. She's thinking, I'll just go and get that potato peeler out and see if I can have a fiddle around with that plug. What could go wrong?
Can't see anything.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the results of the survey.
Look, it's Bev.
Oh yeah, there's
Your
quite...
fitness tips here.
They made quite a big deal about Bev's fitness career because I think they were running out of things to do. Episode 40, issue 45 of Coronation Street magazine, they were desperate for content, so they decided to do some fitness with Bev because she did all of her...
She did her fitness videos, didn't she? They're quite good. I enjoyed doing her fitness
Yeah, she's
video.
fun.
There we go.
I can't see anything
One
in
of the
here.
issues has got like a pull-out poster that you can put on your wall or put on your notice board in your room.
In your bedroom.
Yeah, or your dressing room or whatever, and so you can do our exercises.
I quite like the
Barmaid.
quizzes as well. They've got quizzes and stuff like who's this? Who did what? Who am I? I used to work at the Rovers. My mother died in a car accident. My husband used to own a motorbike. I was once jealous of Samantha Failsworth. I have a little girl called Katie. What's the answer? Don't think there is an answer in here.
I don't know. I thought it was Judy Mallet at first. She didn't have a little girl called Katie.
Well, we'll never know.
Who knows? Right, what else we got?
I don't think we've
Barmaid.
got the
Here's our
results.
answers. Oh, shame. Well, one of the issues had said coming next issue an interview with Georgia Taylor. We haven't got
Oh,
that
no,
in mind,
look.
sadly.
Reader survey results.
Oh, there you go. You can see what people thought about Corrie back in the days then. What's this one? Oh, that's what was happening recently. There you go. It's a bit of mid-90s, a bit late 90s, sorry.
Right,
Wow,
so look,
good.
this is interesting. So this was published in... There's the date. 1997. So this is what people thought of Coronation Street in 1997. Their favourite all-time character was Hilda. Current favourite character, Jack Duckworth. Favourite current storyline, Raquel, Des and Tanya, love
I
triangle.
thought that dragged on too long. It had a really great ending when she discovers him in bed with Tanya or whatever it was. I don't remember, it was so great. But yeah, I thought it dragged on.
Oh, look, Ken loses baby Daniel.
Oh, it's alright, he'll come back. He'll find him again. Just take him another 20 years.
And so that's the these are just the stories that people liked, and then these are so it looked like they just asked you what your favourite characters were.
Victor Pendlebury checking out Mavis's bunions there. Brilliant. What we got? So this was so they had an official fan club back in the day as well, hadn't they? I don't know whether any of our viewers were in this, but it seemed like it wasn't a great deal particularly because all you got was the magazine and a magnet or something, was it?
You get a badge, a card, a birthday card, and a Christmas card, and the
Printed,
magazine.
Yeah.
And it was £29 for a year.
They even had things like this in the last issue, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was a bit brazen because they started the issue saying this is our last one, but you can still subscribe to it. give us a year's worth of subscription fees, no refunds.
The subscription was saying that you get your money back, but they were still trying to sign you up.
This year's again. Look, we pick a random other magazine and it's still got a bit more Bev Callard.
But you get a free. You can win a Beverly Callard T-shirt. It doesn't even have a picture of it.
No.
Oh look, you can't join it anymore.
Why?
Her classes are so popular. There is already a huge waiting list.
See the Great Coronation Street League table. So this is, I mean, you can get this information on Corriepedia now as well, though it's a bit more up to date than what's in here. But this is who had appeared in the most episodes. So back at the time, Ken had been in 2,686 episodes. I bet he's doubled that by now. I don't know if anyone else there knows. There's interesting stuff. Nick and Leanne again. Secret affair.
There are requests for Mike Baldwin.
What do you want to know about Mike Baldwin? Right.
There he is over there.
He's in the you go and find that one. What do we want to know about Bruce Jones? Nothing about Bruce Jones. I don't care what he's got to say. Fine. Right, you find some stuff with Mike Baldwin in there, then, Jim.
Leanne's new life. Is that mention the fact that she decided to go on the game?
This was before going on the game. I'm just gonna.
Look, here you go.
You have a look through that one.
Trouble ahead. And this was quite interesting. Look, this is Jack Kirkbride. Look, doing little cartoons.
Yeah, there's some of those in most of the issues.
Yeah, I think there's every month. There's a little.
Show a bit of that one because that looks interesting.
I'm going. Yeah, look, Mike Baldwin. His comeuppance. Greg Kelly and Julia Stone's blackmail plot. She's a saucy minx. Look at that. Naughty.
I want to find the
Nick and
issue.
Leanne is another one.
I should have really looked this up beforehand, but I want to find the one that's got some pictures of the old Corrie website. Oh look, Corrie playing cards.
Yeah, right. Hang on. Okay. So look, this was the final issue, and they've got here like sad when that happens. And they obviously ran out of things to talk about because there's just a cast list of everybody that was in it in April. And also I think this is the funny issue where somebody in here is only in here because she looks a bit like Sally. Look.
That's why we know
was
that they're
like,
running out of ideas at the end of the magazine.
This was literally we're not doing this anymore. It doesn't matter. We'll just do what we want. Let's just put this in. So I don't know if this lady is still around. I don't know whether that haircut is something that does her any favours, but she might be signing up for a lookalike agency. So look out for her. If you've got an event and you want Sally Webster to come, she's got her own outfit. Look, she's got a nice blazer and everything.
Right, I found something, Gemma, here.
What?
This is a couple that met on a Coronation Street internet chat room.
Oh, look, it's the future. Look, and you can see they're using the font that makes it look like it's the future. And my editorial director used to hate this and get mad if we ever did this in the magazine. And now he's gone, so we're going to do it again.
There's some other funny things in there as well. I saw some pictures of...
the Corrie Street homepage, look.
Oh.
Look at all these websites.
Geocities.com /GeoCities. They always used to have a little
I used to have a
logo in the bottom corner.
I had a
GeoCities
website.
See, back in the day, we could have had imagine what we could have done with our podcast if they had a magazine. Do you think that they're not going to have another Corrie magazine again, not even for the 60th, I guess. They'll probably have like a special 60th magazine. It's a shame that things like this probably wouldn't sell anymore, would they?
Well, the soap magazines sell, but they're about all of it.
Closed last year. What else you got in here? Oh, Spider Nugent is your November pin-up there. For all you
handily centerfold
there.
you just undo the pins, do the staples.
What else you got? Oh dear, load of dead people. Oh no, this is what I thought was a funny picture. Load of the Corrie ladies, all dressed up in jeans, but not really many of them are looking like they're enjoying posing. And it's for charity as well.
They had to pay £1 each for that.
Yeah. So who we got there? We've got Georgia Taylor, we've got Jane Danson, Joe Froggatt.
Look at this,
Tracy
Michael.
Shaw.
Look, you can get Coronation Street range of clothing.
What?
Look, you can get polar fleece jumpers, V-neck Airtex t-shirts, rugby shirts, sweatshirts, polo shirts, all featuring the street stamp along with Coronation Street logo subtly positioned on the sleeves.
Why don't they do things like that anymore? That's what I want to know.
Currently available from Granada Studios tour in Manchester. And look how happy those ladies are.
See,
they're thrilled. They love it.
They're spreading out. They're expanding the set tour, aren't they, this year? Or
yes, it just came out.
So maybe they'll have some new merch.
We talked about it in the podcast, whether they were going to go ahead with those plans, and then the next day they did. So that showed us, didn't it?
If you're not sure about the likes of Adam Rickett for your pin-up or your young Simon Gregson, maybe.
How about this?
Derek,
look at that! How sensually he's caressing his cheek with his
older ladies out there
with his broomstick.
Yeah, just think all the things he could do with that broomstick.
I don't know. Don't want to think about it.
We have. Look at Steve there with his arms out.
Welcome to the gun show.
Yeah. So
here we go. This is what we were moaning about.
Yeah,
is this what you've got?
I've got one a little bit like that. I don't know whether it's the same one.
There was one of these versions.
Yeah, is this the same thing? Maybe. Mine's bigger.
It could be the same.
No, look, the street goes out a little bit further on that.
Oh, yeah. They've done loads of versions of these, because there's another one in one of the other issues, and it's £100 back in the 90s. God knows how much that would be now.
Obviously, that didn't sell, so they've gone down for the... Oh, no, see, this is still £75, it says.
£75?
It's not worth that much. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
More Corrie merch, please.
I like this. So this one's...
No, it's Teresa the turkey. We all know what happened to her in the end. Smash on Christmas Day.
This is interesting. This is about cults, look, because of Zoe Tattersall, and it's got all about... They've done a bit of like crime reporting there. I would have loved this. Look at this. This is Corrie's original attempt at issues-based storylines and advice. If you're a concerned friend or relative of a cult member or are considering joining a cult yourself, please contact the Cult Information Centre. I'm sure they'll be full of unbiased information about whether you should join a cult or not. Maybe they can tell you what the best cult is. There's probably some good ones.
Yeah, maybe.
All about cults. I really like this. Is the kind of thing I would like to do if they had a Corrie magazine, but I don't know how interested people would be about.
Would you write like a weekly feature if they had a Coronation Street magazine?
Well, if it was weekly, I would guess I'd have to, wouldn't I?
Look at this. Can I just shove you out of the way for a second? This is when Hilda came back in the late 90s for the special Women of Coronation Street video. See, she left in 1987, but like 10 years or so later, Jean Alexander didn't even put her curlers on. So I'm a bit disappointed by that. And I met up with Betty again. So I think I might have seen that video once. I thought that was quite nice. Wanted to have a flip through, see what else is in this issue.
Women of Coronation Street, like in the book.
Yeah,
book about
Lucille Hewitt, we know all about her now. We've been watching on the DVD.
Jennifer Moss, dearie me, sad life she had. Oh, there's a good stunt. There's a good Ecky thump there. It looks like he was shaking that rather than throwing it, because it's gone everywhere somehow.
Oh, look, there's Brian Molesley. Now that can't have been very long at all before he died, because he died like months or weeks after Alf passed away in Coronation Street, so that must have been coming up really close to that, so that's a bit sad.
I don't know where it is, but somewhere there is a feature about... Oh, what's the name of the guy who's got the cookbook and the cheese?
Sean Wilson. It's
so the other side of Sean Wilson. I was like, oh, they're going to be talking about his cheese. But no, inside it was about his art, and if you follow him on Twitter, you'll probably notice he started doing that again recently, doing art, selling it.
Tracy Shaw doing a music video. Wasn't only Adam Rickett that did this. Who's that?
That is
the new producer. David Hanson.
He went down in history, didn't he?
How many people we got watching this, by the way? Were you double figures?
8.
Not quite so good as I'm in Lippman cook along, but I don't care. More feedback. Hilda. There you go. There's our Leanne.
Lovely. Look at that. Look how
up on your wall. And I think
look how sassy she is.
You could use this year.
Yeah, because that's my birthday.
Whenever this was, ties in with this year. So
1998.
We've got 1st
so
of
where's
October's a
August?
Thursday. So
where's the August one?
I don't know where the August one is. There's a bit of Georgia Taylor on that one, and there's a bit of art for you. Lovely stuff. Don't know.
There's no back issues page, is there?
Yeah, there's a back issues page.
Oh.
There you go. Someone else who wanted Mike Baldwin.
Look. Oh, it's the script from when he first appeared. It looks like. This is not how they format the scripts, for the real thing, but it's interesting to read. It doesn't have any stage directions or anything, I don't think. There you go.
Lovely. Christmas issue here. Oh, there you go. There's Margie Clark. There's old Tyrone's real mum. The one that we loved anyway, before she was replaced. Here is, very important, very close to my heart, street people dressing up as the Spice Girls for stars in their eyes. So, got some famous faces out there. We've got Gaynor Faye as Jerry. There's Jane Danson doing Victoria. Lovely stuff.
Hello, everybody, by the way, who's joined and all gone and come back.
What else we got? Christmases.
Christmases, the first sort of like 20 years of Coronation Street Christmases seem to just be them having a sing-song in the pub and doing a pantomime.
Yeah. Can you tell who these are? under the Father Christmas beards.
I say, can you tell?
I can tell you that one, as I. What else we got? Got a Christmas fairy here. Maxine for our December calendar.
Beautiful.
Exciting new live entertainment show, Soap Fever. I don't remember that being on. Anyone remember that? Coronation Street 99 calendar. You can't even buy the calendars here anymore. You can buy them in Canada, I think. But not over here. There's so much Leanne in these later ones.
Look, Ray Langton.
Yeah. Okay, you found anything good?
Yeah, this is quite interesting. This is Bruce Jones's ideal dinner party, and he's just going to invite his grandparents, his Uncle John, Geronimo, George Washington, Neil Armstrong, Winston Churchill, and James Dean. Now that's a good spread of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he just talks about what he'd like to do, but at the end he says what he'd like to eat, and he would have plain English food: roast beef, potatoes, sprouts, vintage wine, cakes, strawberries, mixed fruit and ice cream. After dinner, port and cigars. I'd have some liqueurs for the ladies, but Grandma would be the only lady there, so she would prefer a bottle of brown ale.
So when we have Bruce round for dinner, we know what he likes.
But this is also interesting. Here, look, the history of the cabin site, and how it used to be the mission of Glad Tidings and what happened to that. And I was going to say that was the episode that had Patrick Stewart in it, but he's not pictured here.
Oh. Good bit of trivia.
I'm pretty proud of myself that I know that. And see, here's their feedback section.
What's this? Is this the Corrie Christmas party? Because look, there's the hares with her proper hair.
Yeah, she's got different hair.
No.
Yeah, look, here you go.
Best wishes.
They are in their finery.
Oh, yeah.
This reminds me of The Shining, at the end of The Shining, when Jack Nicholson appears in the picture. Should we have a look, make sure he's not in here?
If we got turned up there, yeah. Lovely stuff. I wanted to have a look at this one.
Look.
Oh, go on.
Georgia. And Joanne Froggatt. I don't know, I thought there was something else in here that was... Yeah, so look, 38 years old, so they all went out to Manchester's Victoria and Albert Hotel to have a nice shindig, knees up. I thought I saw something else in here. Alf, there's a thing here for Alf, tribute to him. Oh, this was it. The woman who actually, her babies were the Mallet kids. Just talking about what it's like to be a mum.
Sell your children to Granada.
Why not? I mean, you can just make another one, can't you? Yeah. I think that's how it works.
So I wanted to look at this one. So this was put there for the 35th anniversary of Coronation Street. So they did a special issue for that. I haven't had a look at this one, so I don't know what's in it.
Rebecca says she remembers that show. She doesn't remember that show either, but I've forgotten what show.
That Soap live entertainment, what's the thing? You know, that one.
That one.
Percy's Top of the Pops. What's going on? Oh, so this is when Bill Waddington put out a record of always look on the bright side of life. 10-1 odds that it would be number one. Yeah, I don't think it quite.
If you want people to buy your single, you've got to go on a lap around your garden for $1 million and raise £1 million for charity.
And be in the war.
And be in a pandemic.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. So here's some behind the scenes stuff from
Andrew's enjoying this.
Oh, good.
Oh, that was cool. So
there's not Deirdre. Raquel's a mermaid.
Yes, look. This is how it is on a cruise. This is what they all look like. We've been on a cruise, so we know. So they would have gone to Southampton, saying, and had a brilliant time.
Yeah, see, this
just like everybody.
This is all taken in Southampton.
Everybody loves Southampton. It's the best place.
What have we got? You can get Coronation Street old cars. Newton and Ridley Brewery.
How much are they? Should we get some?
£5.50. Gamma Garments van.
I don't even remember.
Leonard Swindley's van.
These were not particularly iconic or important.
No, I don't think there have been many.
I don't think I've ever.
Coronation Street cars.
The Woody is like literally the only thing.
Yeah. Richard Hillman's car that he drove into the canal.
And here's also a nice panto picture. Look, from in December '75. They used to really love doing pantos. I kind of would like to see them do one, but the episodes were always a bit. After a while, they're all the same, aren't they?
Quiz of the year. 35 years of Ken.
I can't
Look at
imagine.
all those jobs he's had.
Can you imagine 35 years of Ken?
See, if I was interviewing him, I'd say, why the inconsistency?
Why have
in
you
your
got so
CV?
many of these? Why is there something about you that makes it difficult for you to work with or hold down a job for any length of time? Most people, when they become a teacher, they just kind of stick to it, don't they?
Oh, it's not even that. This is women he's
Oh.
bettered.
It's the same thing, though, isn't it? Having a job and having a wife.
See, 1960s to 1994, all the women, yeah. Susan Cunningham, Marion Lund. Where's old Lummers?
Good old Val.
See, he's been
she
getting
had-
out with Norma Ford for a bit in the DVDs recently, hasn't he? That was a bit boring. Samir. Old Tracy. Ah, see. The special QE2 episode before they'd even decided what the box art was going to look like. I feel, oh, what's this? There's a pull-out.
Yes.
Our first pull-out of the afternoon.
Oh my god.
Look at this.
Move it that way a bit. And go down.
So what is it?
Go down so they can see.
So this is all who's related. No, who's
Gone out with who?
so the grey lines are who married them. The orange lines who they've had an affair with, how they've been out with, who they didn't sleep with. I can't see very many of those ones. So they all just slept with each other, and people who are infatuated with people.
This
What a
reminds
tangled
me of when we first started watching Game of Thrones and we couldn't make head nor tail of it without one of those
Yeah, we had one of
diagrams.
those. Handy. Nice cast photos for the 35th. New faces: Lee Warburton, Tony
Pat says,
Horrocks.
Imagine the network by now.
Oh, I know.
There'd be circles and dotted lines, and it'd have to be 3D.
Oh,
and it'd come
ask
with your
Kevin
own.
Kennedy. I've done that recently.
Oh, what did you ask him? What's a good
did I ask
question?
him any of these questions?
Oh,
I
and these were
interviewed him?
written in by readers. Look, these are all different people who've got to ask their own questions
What is the biggest adventure that Kevin Kennedy has ever had?
in real
I went
life.
to New Zealand with my father once, and we decided on the way back to go to Tahiti, unbeknownst to my mother. So we had quite a bit of explaining to do when we got back, but it was excellent.
Oh, the jet set life of Kevin Kennedy.
I know. By the time you get to the end of it, it all gets a bit samey. See, look, it's May Hardman. We watched her die, didn't we, in like episode 7 of Corrie.
Wow, and that's a picture of her.
That's what she looked like when she got proper old. She was already pretty old before this died. What's there? Corrie CD. Bit of duet in here between Mike and Alma.
Rebecca says Jez Quigley.
What about Jez Quigley?
I don't know.
I don't remember seeing
Look.
any pictures of Jez Quigley when I had my flick through here. Not
Florrie
sure there was
Lindley.
one.
And that's
Ina.
Ina.
Yeah. So this is if you like a bit of history. Elizabeth Bradley played more Grimes. You get to learn about their past.
I wonder
This is
why.
fascinating stuff. I wonder how much of this has. Oh my gosh! Look at this, everybody. An Ina Sharple's teapot.
Where does it? Oh, I thought it'd come out of her mouth. We've got a pair of cats.
Surely that would be the pride of place
look.
on any
They sold out.
true
now.
Coronation
Back issues
Street
that
fans
can't get them.
tea table.
Um,
See, we've got 2 copies of this one that says sold out because we bought one of them. There you go. Gemma's got it in her hands. Sold out, and we've got 2.
I just wanted to show you guys this because this is the issue that we used for the VE Day stuff that we did.
Oh yeah, that was recently, wasn't it? You want to? Look at this. This is great stuff. Coronation Street game. How well do you know Britain's best? That looks like pretty shoddily made, to be fair. But
Andrew
I just
said
don't know.
he lost connection, but don't worry. If anyone wants to watch this again, or you missed,
We'll
or you get
stick it
bored
up
of
on
it,
YouTube.
you don't have to watch all of this. We'll put it on YouTube and you can skip through
No, do
it.
it
You just won't be able to
on
ask questions.
Right, you have a browse through that one, Gemma. I'm gonna. Let's see what I can find. I want to find the pictures of. Oh look, it's Roy
just
Haley
thinking-
in Amsterdam. Loved it.
20 questions for Angela Griffin. Some nice pictures there. Andrew's come back. So this is one of the first things that we found in here. Bill Wallington talking about how he experienced the end of the war and VE Day.
That's when he was. That was when he was doing his stand-up act, wasn't it? And
Yeah. Malcolm Hebden. What is this? Oh, his theatre stuff. Look, he's very serious. He's got a black turtleneck on and glasses, and that's how you can tell. A bit about Emily here, about what she got up to. Quite a lot about Emily here. That's when she got married. We've seen a lot of picture before, didn't we? In here. everybody who's been in number 11, Coronation Street.
You can make your own Rover's
what's
Return.
this? Oh yeah, look, make your own. Anyone want to come round for a drink, and I'll serve it out of these Coronation Street cocktail accessories, which include a shaker, 5 special stirrers, a drip mat. You can make yourself
so much merch back in the day.
Make yourself a Gilroy's grasshopper, a Weatherfield wobbler, or a Mike's Manhattan. By them days, they hadn't had a Uber Duber, had they? So that's, I mean, how could you live without that? You can also get yourself some luxury Coronation Street cakes. So just remember this. Don't spend your money all in one place, because you could get a rich fruitcake or in Jack or Vera flavour. So
I found in issue 50 over here, 50 facts about Coronation Street. Give me a number, Gemma, and I'll tell you the fact.
It's 32.
32 is the cat on the current opening titles is called Frisky.
How about that? How about that?
Interview with David Nielsen.
So here's a quiz for 150.
Shut
up a minute.
Sorry.
150 Coronation Street questions and answers here. I can use this on Michael, can't I, everybody? What do you reckon?
Go on, do you want to test me on one?
Who was Gail Platt's firstborn child?
Nick.
Which brewery beer is sold at the Rover's Return?
Newton Ridley.
Yeah, I don't really need to look these up.
Quick while I'm ahead.
Hang on, who is Craig Whiteley's grandmother?
I think it's Phyllis Pierce.
Yeah, but they've numbered it wrong because they put number 1 as the answer there. But I'm not going to judge them because I make mistakes all the time. So I'm going to put this to one side, actually. So this was... Hang on!
Oh,
this was from issue 16. But I haven't even got to the bit I was trying to get to.
Go on.
Look, this is the gnome. Look, do you remember the gnome? Look, here we go. This is what we were talking about. And there's the picture there that we got for Betty. And this is all the stuff about what happened on the street on VE Day in Weatherfield. And there's that, and then there's also stuff about the actors and how they experienced VE Day. I wonder if I can find that. Where did that go? Yeah, there you go. See? So this is the feature that we use for the podcast. Yes, will this live be uploaded to YouTube? Yes, it will.
Hopefully.
Go on, what do you want?
I just wanted to show you this young vandal here, this scallywag, Toya Battersby, putting antifreeze in a Norwegian
Look at that. Look at that.
She looks so sweet.
She's
and innocent
naughty.
these days.
She's naughty girl.
Terrible.
I'm disgusted.
There's loads of
Eco
pictures here
protest.
that I've never seen anywhere else. I'm going to scan all these.
Can you imagine? I don't imagine that. Can you imagine how much stick she would have got on social media if as the character of Toya, as an eco protester pouring antifreeze onto food. Absolutely awful. Just disgraceful.
Look at this, all about Corrie in Canada. A load of old
How
fans.
about that? Look, do you know anybody on this here? Canadian.
They all look quite old.
Yeah, I don't know.
Still going, as it were.
Here's a key to the towns and cities. So if you didn't know what places there were in Canada, they've got a list. Those are the only 18 places that exist in Canada, and that is a fact that you will not hear anywhere else. It's exclusive.
What else we got? There just seems to be Beverly Callard with in a leotard in every single issue of this.
I think
Where's those awful Coronation Street corgi figures? I
don't know. Here's about protesting. We just saw a feature about Emily protesting, but these are they'd have to add in Yasmin now, wouldn't they? Because she was protesting against the closure of the library when she first came into the show.
She was.
Yep, I know things. What's this? Oh, so here's another thing about your baby being in Coronation Street, and about. So this person here is a community midwife who chooses the babies. That's so funny. And she's a fan of Coronation Street. She watched the programme since episode 2. She hardly missed an episode of Coronation Street, so I always know what the screen mum and dad look like. She has to know if it needs to be a premature baby, a large baby, a boy or a girl. She usually picks a family that she knows well. It's easier now because they generally know what sex the baby's going to be before it pops out. How helpful.
Yeah.
That's funny. So she's been responsible for casting 6 babies so far. Imagine. We were talking about being an agent for babies, weren't we, in the last Creepy cropper. Where's that? Yeah.
There's a letter here.
We've got 10
from
people.
Sarah Lancashire. Look, when she left us,
She
and
was
abandoned
apologising
us
there.
For greater things. This
Sorry,
is a
everyone. I
sorry
want
for
more money
leaving.
for other things.
But everyone thinks I'm thick, and actually I'm dead clever.
And I've got a
Be a
different
policeman,
voice.
then,
My
wouldn't you?
voice is completely different. Now I know that Raquel and Sarah Lancashire was massive in the day, and I think that everyone was absolutely gutted when she
I was.
decided to
I had some
leave.
newspaper
So she had to
curtains
write.
on my wall in my bedroom.
an
and one of them was
apology
about leaving.
But look, Raquel is back. When was this? That's episode 26 and that's episode 33. So she's
Is
come
she?
back again. Sorry. And look at this. Look,
What's that?
the Coronation. We saw this. The Coronation Street gift collection. So this is helpful for if you need. I don't know what month this was.
I found a David Nilsson interview over here.
Anybody want any presents? I'll get them for you. We order them all together. We can get cheap delivery.
There's one
Look,
issue
here you go.
somewhere.
Here's the £100.
Here's Sam Aston's sister
Thing.
that I was telling you about. We were
There's
talking
one of the
about-
Aston clan.
I should have kind of prepared this.
I
We'll
know,
have
we
to
just
do. We'll do
being a
another
bit
Instagram live
sporadic.
at some point where we'll actually have
What was I
some
looking at?
features that we've planned to
Oh, yeah.
share with you, rather than just. Blimey, look at
Here's
this.
here's some words. If you don't understand what they're saying, it's a glossary for terms like gadding about,
I don't know. Did they even
and
say
balm cake.
that? Look at this fan. Look at this guy's Coronation Street collection.
Look at
Puts
that.
us to shame.
Is he watching? I hope so. I hope we're doing him proud. Anyway, I was looking because there's Amanda Barry's dressing room in here. Yeah, we probably should have put all the stuff to one side that we.
Well, we can do another one, can't we? If people are interested.
Right. Yeah, we haven't got very much long left. We're gonna
Oh,
finish
yeah,
in a minute.
Finish in 5 minutes or so.
So look, here's Amanda Barry's dressing room. Look how boho she is. She's got a little embroidered cushion. Very chic. And her mirror and photos. She's got a photo of her mum with a dog Katie Cupcake, Billy Fury, a snap of famous Red Horse Red Rum, and pictures of Gertrude Lawrence and Roy Hattersley. There you go. And now she's reading about fine art there because she loves it. And that is Sally Ann Matthews' cousin. How about that? We know that. We learned that on the telly.
Look, here's Sue Johnston dressed up as Elsie Tanner, and she ended up being Gloria, didn't she? She was Gloria Price. And here she is. There's old Elsie.
They're both dressed up as her, aren't they?
Yeah. Who makes the best Elsie? Denise Black or Sue Johnston?
Well, do you remember who was it that dressed up? Wasn't it Michelle?
Yeah, Kim Marsh.
Kim Marsh dressed up as her as well. I think it's a rite of passage, isn't it? I think Sue Johnston looks the best.
I think she looks the best there.
Yeah. Right. So, does anybody have any questions before we go? If you want to take a screenshot, Pat, there you go. That's the glossary. There. Amanda Barry is a style icon. Well, I agree. And you know what I would say? Everyone's a style icon, but some of them aren't very good. And that's my northern
There's a
wisdom.
picture of Jane dancing with her mum.
Oh, me and my
Proud
mum.
of her daughter.
Oh, she must be proud.
Oh, there's some things that I really want to share. We'll definitely have to do one of these again. Does anyone get any questions coming?
No, nobody's got any questions. They keep asking for the glossary. If this is what you want, right? You just need to screenshot this. Kludgy, an outdoor toilet. I didn't know that. I didn't know that one.
You didn't know that
Pop one's clogs. I know that one. Quality folk. You guys are all quality folk. How about that? Right, well.
Oh, do you want me to show you, Jen?
Oh, hang on.
'Cause
Michael wants to.
we watched the episode of Classic of on the DVD that we watched last night. Had who was it? Dave Smith, the bookie, going out with the actress who plays Eunice G there, being a different character.
And
do you recognise her?
she was lovely. She had very nice. She was a style icon. Right, I think we're gonna go.
Are we done?
I think we're done because I'm just gonna throw things. Look. Woo.
Yeah, I think you need to show a little photo of the mess that our lounge has become. Since we've been...
Well, it's not really messy. It's just a pile of magazines.
It started off all nice and neat, if you remember, and yeah, now it's all over. You can see my socks. See all of this mess. But do people want us to do this again? Andrew Morris wants to know what we're having for tea.
Lamb with red wine sauce.
Yeah, we had a.
We have a double lamb because I love lamb.
Yesterday. Right, that's it.
That's it, everybody.
We'll
Bye.
Bye. See you next time, everybody. Bye. Bye.